What is up, everybody? My name is Benji Dum Dum Doggy Sacks, and as always, I'm joined by my friend Tyler Faxi Frim, and we are here with probably the most hype match of the week: Cloud9 versus Evil Geniuses, arguably the two best teams in the league right now. Tyler, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling about this match?
Well, as the resident C9 fan, I am always happy to see my boys on the Rift, and I'm also so excited that we get this test of strength so early in the split, just week 2, the third game for both these teams, and they're already facing off on the Rift as Cloud9 has picked up the Olaf for Blabber, this powerhouse in the jungle, taken that champion, and redefining what he can do on the Rift, and EG picking up the Aphelios, good consistent bot laner for Bang. The Fiddlesticks hover, memeing on Bjergsen's pick these last two games for TSM, as they will lock in the Lee Sin for Svenskeren. Good playmaker, good into the Olaf in some scenarios. However, it is Blabber. And another Fiddlesticks hover in this game. Oh, it looks like they will take the Ezreal Yuumi in the bot lane. Surprised that Yuumi especially made it through the ban phase. Cloud9 opting to ban out uh, what's LeBlanc, trying to take away Jizuke's powerhouse pick. Evil Geniuses, same idea, taking away the Varus and the Thresh. Do not want to give this C9 bot any edge as the Zoe gets banned out for C9 because, with Niski, Roman all around this map, you should be scared of him and his Zoe pick by now. TF taken off the board, really focusing on this mid lane matchup in Niski and Jizuke, such a pivotal point in this game today, as well as the fact that I like to acknowledge that Ezreal Yuumi was up for EG in their second rotation. They could have picked it up, but they did opt for the Aphelios Lulu, not a combo we see very often, as we see another Galio ban on to Niski. Really not trying to give him any supportive champions to help out Blabber in this matchup, and I'm excited to see what he'll pull out. And if it doesn't get banned here, I do expect Azir to be in this game as a Rise ban comes out. Not something we would see often right now in this time, but Jizuke was a prolific Rise player when he was in EU. As Volibear insta-locked for Kumo, they're bringing the pain today in EG, saving that last pick for Jizuke in the mid lane. The Jace hover, possibly going to the top lane, possibly going in the mid lane. But I am really liking what EG is doing, trying to bring the fire to Cloud9 and not letting them bully them around in the early game. It's going to be a really bloody game in the early game here.
I'm predicting a super bloody game here. One of the stats I want to point out to you is the stat that the analyst desk gave yesterday on Friday Night League. It was the stat that told us the level 6 time for all the junglers in the league, and it showed Blabber with his Olaf, because Olaf's the only champ that he's played so far this split, gets level 6 a full minute before the next jungler. A minute and some change, if I might add. So really, really dominant performances coming out of Blabber here with this Olaf here, and he's going to be continuing that today against Svenskeren in the jungle. It's last split's MVP versus the split before last split's MVP in Blabber versus Svenskeren, and I am so excited to see these two junglers go head-to-head on the Rift, as we see Vulcan's going to be locking in the Karma for Niski in the mid lane, and that means Jizuke is going to be picking up Kassadin as a reply to that Karma, and both teams are sporting very, very confrontational, wanting to get in your face, team fight compositions that want to get kills early, and I expect this game to be super bloody.
And I hate to play into this, but Prophet Crumbs really showed here. And he was like right before this game on the analyst desk, he was talking about how C9 really focuses in on Blabber as their primary carry, while EG focuses in on Jizuke. But Crumbs did predict this Karma in the mid lane for Niski, and it does come out this game. I do like the reply pick in the Kassadin in that, Karma can't really bully Kassadin out too much in the early game. Probably going to be a more supportive build on top of that. So Jizuke feeling good on this hyper carry champion that needs to hit the late game, however. So let's see how quick Cloud9 might be able to close out this game against EG, because they are on a ticking time bomb against this Aphelios Kassadin comp.
It's really just a race to see who can a race for C9 to see how quickly they can close this game, because the longer this game goes, the more powerful Aphelios is going to get. And if Kassadin gets to level 16, we all know the solo queue rule. If he gets to level 16, this game is over. And a player like Jiizuke is going to take nothing from nobody. All right? This is a guy who can solo carry games. Like someday on 100 Thieves, Jiizuke can solo carry a game if he gets the resources that he needs to. We saw in the analytics at the top before Champions Select started. Nisqy is towards the bottom of his team gold, whereas Jiizuke is near the top for his team gold with 26% to Nisqy's 20%. Two completely different mid lane playstyles, and right now we're going to see which one's better as Nisqy and Vulcan get some early damage onto Svenskeren.
And something I'd like to point out, actually, I do not know if Blabber meant to do that. He did actually pick up a jungle item as he came out of base there, and he does not ward the Pixel Brush, something you don't see, possibly mistake, picks up the sweeper, and is now going into top side of his jungle, will be starting there, maybe look for a cheeky play onto Kumo's Volibear, who does not have any escapes as the Volibear. Really happy to see EG investing some faith into Kumo, putting him on a champion that can do stuff in the early game, can, make a statement on the map. However, Licorice is no slouch on this Jace pick. He's already played a great game out of it. And I do expect him to win this matchup overall, since it is a range first melee matchup. However, Kumo now on this Volibear can look to threaten the backline maybe in these team fights.
And we're just going to have to see how the lanes play out in themselves before we get to team fights here. As we see Blabber is going to be power farming. He's so good at power farming on this Olaf here. Do you want to talk a little bit, while we have the time, about Kumo versus Licorice, right? Kumo had a really, really good week 1. He was basically your MVP for week 1, right? Having some really good stats, really solidifying himself as a good top laner in this league and correcting all of the, I guess you could say, criticisms that he got from the spring split. And this is going to be a really good test for him against Licorice, arguably the best top laner in the league, to see, can he stack up against the best here? And so we're just going to have to see how that plays out. People always talk about, hey, how can people take down Cloud9? What's the way of, what's the process of doing it? And basically, the only answer that people come up with is you have to be able to fight them whenever you can and draft strong lanes in order to fight them. The truth of the matter is, though, Cloud9 has basically got the best player in every single lane, right? Or at least, top 2. There's no one on this team that you can argue 2 players in the league better than them at their position. As we see, Nisqy is going to put so much damage onto Jiizuke early game. We talked about how, we expect Kumo and Licorice. We expect Licorice to be winning that matchup because of the range. And we expect Nisqy to be winning this matchup early because of the range as well. As Blabber is already level 4 to Svenskeren's level 3, who is now in the top lane. Gonna have to watch that and see what happens there. And we see Licorice not suspecting anything. Svenskeren's going to miss the Q. And that basically means the gank is over.
And I just love how Nisqy is piloting this mid lane matchup. He may be on the Karma. He may have started Colt. Good heads up play in that he does want to get the jump on the scaling, but he forces Jiizuke out very early, 25-9 in farming now. I know a wave is crashing, but that is about half a level ahead from Nisqy already. 4 minutes in, and about a wave and a half ahead, actually, as he is dabbing on Jiizuke. Jiizuke already forced to burn the TP. On top of that, Nisqy has taken the Summoner Spellbook, and he will be having a lot of mobility on this map, as well as the fact that Jiizuke did take Conqueror, so he does not have any sustain in this matchup besides picking up the Dark Seal just so he can get some extra time on those pots, since he has taken a lot of damage early on.
This is not looking good for EG. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game here, as every single lane of Cloud9 looks to be ahead. And this is the bread and butter of Cloud9 at this point, right? They want to draft strong lanes that can be able to win and carry them into the late game. And if you're EG, you're 5 minutes into the game and every single lane is down. What are you going to do?
I'm sorry to cut in right now, but it is a 1,000 gold lead with no objectives or kills taken. This is just Cloud9 styling on EG with these individual CS leads in every role. Kumo already forced to burn the TP and has to path defensively on his build, picking up 2 cloth armors, probably going to pick up the Bramble Vest. Blabber backing, going for the warrior on the Olaf, and is already about like 6. Oh my god, wait, they are looking for a play onto
Jizuke there. Blabber gonna flash over the wall to get the first blood onto Jizuke, who thought he was gonna be safe by flashing over the wall to save himself. Niski is gonna hit the penguin dab, and that is first blood for Cloud9 there, looking to dominate Evil Geniuses in this game right now.
And wow, Jizuke has been set behind far. He is 28 CS behind. He just died. No TP coming back to lane. That's a plate for Niski. And on top of that, okay, let's break this down. Cloud9 always known to go aggro, but I would never expect the Karma mid to go so aggro to tower dive pre-6 on this Kassadin. But it is the best time, given that Kassadin's ult is a flash. Flashes over the wall, replies with another Q, and Blabber, no hesitation, goes in, takes it away, and smites the big raptor away from Svenskeren. Picks so much proactivity out of this C9 jungler, as he is about 4 camps ahead of Svenskeren just on his own. Svenskeren's failed gank in the top lane earlier really netted just this massive lead for Blabber, as Licorice looks to go aggro onto Kumo here.
It's going to be taken pretty low. It's looking to go tit for tat here, as both of the ults are going to be used here. Kumo going to ult in, flash in, and he gets the kill onto Licorice. Solo kill up in the top lane. And Kumo having a really good game for himself so far. He has fixed the CS deficit, and he just killed Licorice. Solo killed Licorice up in the top lane.
I would like to point out that Licorice made a huge misplay there, missing the E on the Jace hammer, the knockback, which he used on a minion instead of Kumo, which surely was the reason why he died there, in my opinion. As Zeyzal is posturing on this mid lane with Svenskeren, a little scared that, if Blabber comes out, he already has the warrior completed. It's done. He is level 6. It's 7 minutes in. Svenskeren's only 5. And, Blabber is just farming everything right now, as Niski is taking control of his mid lane, almost doubling Jizuke's CS, chunking him out down to half. Licorice did make a misplay, but I do not think that'll change the top lane matchup too much. I still give it to Licorice for the most part, although he probably cannot solo kill Kumo anymore.
Let's take a look at this bot lane here. We have Aphelios versus Ezreal and Yuumi versus Walmart version Yuumi here in the bot lane with the Lulu. And the CS is pretty even at this point, but it's just the difference in support, I feel, that's going to be able to solidify this sort of bot lane dominance are the side of Sven and Vulcan here. Vulcan being described as probably the best support in the world at this point, and he's really showing it with his play so far, being very active even on a champion like Yuumi. And you can even feel his presence in lane, which is very surprising to see, as we see Blabber is now going to be picking up the Rift Herald by himself, and there's just nothing this guy cannot do. MVP of last split, looking like a very early MVP candidate for this split as well, as he is just so far ahead of Svenskeren at this point. And it's the funniest thing, too, because when you watch interviews with Blabber, he is so calm and collected, and he's so casual about how much he's dominating the league. You ask him, like, hey, how are you doing? He says, like, well, I farmed this and I farmed that, and then I farmed champions, and then I win the game. And it's just, 1, 2, 3, bada bing, bada boom for this guy. And he is just styling on all these other pros, making it look like my solo queue experience.
Yeah, and man, like, I just cannot highlight the huge difference in the mid jungle right now for both these teams. Just look at the CS differentials in the mid and jungle right now, as Svenskeren is looking for a cheeky gank in the top lane. Kumo does have ult up, can disable the turret, can look for a dive on Licorice, no flash on Licorice, no TP, no one. However, it looks like they will decide against that, as Blabber is just farming everything. He has taken the Rift Herald, he's taking Lee Sin's red buff as well, waiting for this Cloud Scuttle Crab is about to spawn bot as well, probably going to get that. And Niski is dominating Jizuke right now. It's a 40 CS deficit, a 2-1 level deficit as well. And he is just dabbing. This is first tower for C9. It's 9 minutes in. As they try and go aggro to defend this on EG's side, they will just take that first tower and give more gold to Blabber and Niski. And he cannot stop dabbing on Jizuke.
And honestly, who can blame him? He is just doing work in this matchup right now. C9 saw that TSM had the fastest average game time, and they said, oh, hell no. This is not going to happen to us. We're the fastest team right now, and they're showing how fast they can play this game and how quickly they can turn advantages into a game-winning plays and macro decisions. Getting first turret 10 minutes into the game. I would really like to see a statistic about, what's the fastest first turret in league, because that's got to be one of the fastest, at least the fastest so far in this split.
And the only real disparity right now is in the top lane. Licorice is slightly behind as Bang looks to go a little aggro onto the C9 bot lane, recognizing Sven does not have any mana, but he does have the TP up. Could look for a back as he's going to clear this wave out. Bang looking for a reset as well. Everyone on the side of EG trying to reset here as the Dragon will be up in 10 seconds. And there's no mid lane tower, so you can't fall back on that. It's a 3k gold lead. And, it's only 1-to-1 in kills, although Cloud9 did net themselves that first Drake and tower, and it's just looking like the only worry here for Cloud9 is Kumo. He is really tanky, does have the Frozen Heart, but he cannot kill Licorice, which is a very good thing. And wow, just a Cloud Drake again for Blabber.
It's just
so
fun.
Proactive. And Sven, he picked up the Manamune and the Sheen. He's looking strong as well. Jizuke cannot feel safe in this mid lane anymore because he is just stuck having to face off against Niski, as he will roam up to the top side as they are sensing a dive is coming / gank for Licorice here.
Niski's going to get caught out on the control ward that was just placed by Svenskeren here, as Licorice is going to go in on Kumo here. Niski going to come and help. There's a TP
out of
coming.
Jizuke
here. I can't imagine it's going to do a lot. Jizuke is going to go in on Niski. That's 3 members of EG trying to do damage to Niski. Svenskeren's going to miss the Q. Niski's going to be taken down by Kumo here.
Blabber's here.
2-0. Blabber is here, and he is big, and he's going to pop the ultimate, do so much damage here. Oh, he's able to take down Kumo, and he's also, and Licorice is going to be able to take out Svenskeren, and that is 2 dead for the side of EG.
No hesitation out of Blabber in that play. Sees that Kumo flashes over the wall. No problem with it. Flashes over. Even gets hit by the Volibear ultimate as EG looking to go aggro on the bot lane.
As, Zeyzal is going to ult Bang to try to keep him alive and keep him big. There's going to be a teleport in there from the side of Niski, who's going to flash forward, and he's going to go in and kill. Oh, get the double kill.
No,
oh, there's going to be Kumo. What are you doing? You're TPing in. You're going to get, you're not going to get chained down. All right. Uses an interesting TP there, and that's Cloud9. Not pulling any punches this game, wanting to fight at any possible moment.
And I also like to point out that Jizuke died under tower in the top side as that bot play was happening. So 6-2 in kills now for C9. And man, Niski and Vulcan so proactive on that play, zooming straight in, cleaning up that overstep by the EG bot lane as we get a replay in the top lane. So we see right now that Licorice is just going aggro onto Kumo. Niski's roaming up. They're trying to get some damage onto him, maybe some plates in the top side as well. Svenskeren is coming up. Jizuke gets a good TP behind, and Niski is slightly caught out here. I do not know why he does not take the acceleration gate away from Licorice. However, it is C9. I'm going to trust them. So Niski getting caught out here a little bit. Svenskeren not going to connect the Sonic Wave. Niski go down to Kumo. However, Blabber is here. He is feeling confident. Not that many cooldowns up. See, he even flashes into the Volibear ult, which I find so BM since he does not care. He just out heals all that damage. And right here, we're going to get a replay of Jizuke actually dying under tower here. And it looks like Jizuke got a little greedy, tried to clear the wave, tried to go aggro, but just gets caught out by the skill shots from Cloud9. That's more gold in the back pocket. As we see a bot lane play, I'm surprised that we're not getting out of this replay.
We're not. C9, it's replay into replay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. C9
making a play. Look how quickly Bang just got destroyed by Licorice here on the top side, as Blabber is going to be healed up by Vulcan's Yumi here. Licorice putting some damage onto Kumo. Zazel's
Niski's
really
here.
low. Niski's here. Zazel's going to get taken down. Blabber's also going to get taken down. And that's Kumo. Super low as well. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He will not. That's 2 kills for Vulcan now. And they're going to pick up this top tier 1 turret.
That is a 7K gold lead for Cloud9 at 15 minutes, almost doubling the one they set in week 1. They are here to show that EG has not caught up to them at all. They are here to play as Jizuke is just trying to crawl back into this game as a TP comes out from Licorice.
Trying to make a play onto Jizuke. Kick him while he's down, why don't you? Licorice gets so much damage onto him, but Jizuke is going to be able to get out of that one with barely his life. He has to blow the flash and pop his ult whenever he can. And man, if you are EG, what do you even do at this point? I'm surprised. You know, I haven't seen a pro team FF at 20 in a long time, but I might be seeing it here today because C9 is just dominating this team.
Yeah, and like once again, Kumo is the only vestige left on this EG lineup that can do anything, honestly. And he's not even that tanky compared to Blabber. And on top of that, he does not do that much damage. Overall,
sorry.
The map state right now, as this Infernal is about to come up, Blabber is already pathing towards it, going to get it just as it spawns, man. I'm thinking right now, dragons just sit in their den as they're about to fly out to the Summoner's Rift, and they're just like, I hope I can live a little longer this time. But, in these C9 games, these dragons don't even stand a chance. As second Rift Herald of the game, going to be picked up by EG here. And, Niski is just going to walk up to 4 EG members and say, no, that's mine. Actually, deciding not to go for the dragon, saying that, EG, you don't get anything. We're not even going to trade. We want everything, as Cloud9 secures the second Rift Herald of the game.
As you can see, I can only imagine Blabber's going to be pathing down now to pick up the third Drake for himself. It's so sad to me. The only thing that kept the dragon alive was that his brother, the Rift Herald, was going to be taken down first. So now the dragon gets to survive for 30 more seconds, instead of the usual 10. As Blabber, instead of going for the Drake, decides to go in onto Kumo on the bot lane here, and they're going to be putting some damage out there. Then it's just too much for Kumo. He's going to get taken down because Blabber popped the ultimate, and Licorice is too damn big.
Oh, man. Feels like when I cast these C9 games, it's just on 2 times speed because the action never stops. As Blabber is now on the Infernal Drake, going to put his team on the Infernal Soul Point. As Svenskeren 3 levels down on Blabber, can afford to contest them whatsoever. They take the bot lane tower with Blabber's Rift Herald. Might charge for a second time here, but we are now looking at an 8K gold lead in just a matter of 2 minutes. For Cloud9.
It's like JDG stopped by the C9 house, and they're just playing for C9 here because the action never stops, and they are just dumpstering EG here. Of course, we know that's not the case. It's just because Cloud9 is so dominant, and they are destroying EG in this game here. 10-3, 3 turrets to 0, 8K gold up, 3 dragons to 0. What's EG going to do at this point?
And at this point, I don't see a path into this game unless EG can stall out this game. If this Kassadin does get online, he is level 12. If he does hit 16 with some items under his belt, he may be able to do something. But right now, it is not looking like anything. Niski is 2 items and a half in this game, and he's about to pick up a Rabadon. I love the proactiveness out of C9. They don't even save the TPs in case a fight goes down anywhere. They just want to keep the tempo up, so they use TP off cooldown every single time to reset. As they are looking to invade the EG topside, no fear in the eyes of Blabber. He does not care that 3 members are just standing right there. He will walk up to them, and he will kill all of them if he gets the chance.
I mean, of course you're going to use your TPs if they're off cooldown. There's no one on this team that can fight you. Your most fed member, Kumo, is still 2-3-0 and down a full item, down a full item to Licorice here. As we see, Licorice is going to dive in. Yumi ult's going to get blown. Kumo is super low and having to pop never mind. Lulu ult's going to be used on to Svenskeren instead. Blabber is going to absorb a lot of ults with the side of EG here, and it's not going to mean anything for C9 here, as they are just going to siege this bottom turret.
And here we are, pre-20 minutes in, Cloud9 already on the inhib towers. Jiizuke not even thinking about TPing into that fight. He says, I cannot do anything for you guys. Good luck. I'm just going to farm top, take this tower. I am the only hope we have left on this team, because Bang is also quite out of this game, as he is an entire item behind Sven as it stands right now. And right now, it looks like Nisqy is just going to go top and match Jiizuke, not trying to let Jiizuke get too far back into the game, as 300 gold goes in the pocket of Jiizuke. And man, I don't know if you've been watching the minimap, but Sven has used his ult 3 times now to stop Bang's back. And that's 30 seconds of wasted time on the side of EG for Bang. And that actually does add up. I'm like running out of ways to commend Cloud9, because they are just so dominant in this LCS right now. 4-1 in towers, 3-0 in dragons, and the only thing they can really contest at this point for EG is the Raptors. Like Sven just had to smite that. He can't even he doesn't even know if Ezreal's going to outsmite him with his Q. And it is just a 9k gold lead. Once again, 2 minutes later, another 1k added to this Cloud9 gold lead. Never mind. Still 9k and 10-3 in kills, as that shockwave will not that shock blast will not connect with Licorice, but I can only imagine that would have killed Bang almost instantly.
It's just looking so bleak for the side of EG here. It's almost as if they watched that EG CLG game, watched EG perfect game CLG, and then went, we can do better, and decided to just take it to EG this week. Looking so strong, looking so dominant, looking to kill Svenskeren here, as they're going to kill the mid-tier 2 turret and apply the pressure, keep it on the map. Nisqy's taking care of Jiizuke up in the top lane. Nisqy will not let this man rest. And C9 is going to put the pressure onto EG.
Oh, Jiizuke possibly getting caught out here.
Nisqy's going to chain him up, gets exhausted, has to ult to go on to Nisqy, but Nisqy's just too big. He's going to shield himself and live. Yuumi's going to pop her ult, and that's a double kill for Blabber.
And just utter dominance out of C9 here. And I feel like as they go towards the Baron, Dragon's up in 30 seconds too, so it's looking like a Baron and Dragon power play for C9, since I don't see EG contesting this Dragon. Maybe looking for a Baron seal, but Licorice is waiting in the wings to stop any shot at that. They decide against it. I see some pings on the mini map on the side of EG for the Dragon. However, Licorice is being proactive, and he's just walking up, and do they look for a play onto Licorice here? No, Licorice is just going to chase them into that bottom side jungle, probably going to grab the Dragon Soul for C9 here. And on top of that, I think Kumo has given up on this game. He's trolling. He has bought the Haunting guys on the Volibear. As a team fight is about to break out,
looking like the final nail in the coffin here, as Blabber is just going to destroy Svenskeren in a matter of seconds. He blinked, and he was dead, and that's how it goes. I didn't know we were watching a CSGO match here, because these champs are just disintegrating in front of my eyes here, and they're just not allowed to live past their fountain, as Sven is going to go hard onto Kumo, forced to flash over the wall, and then blasting Cone over that wall too to save himself, and Cloud9 in 23 minutes has accumulated 6 turrets, 13 kills, a soul, and the Baron, and it looks like they're going to just push it down mid and end this game.
And just so much dominance out of our champions from Spring Split. We were thinking, they were talking about how other teams may have caught up to them a little bit, and Reaper went as far as to say that like Cloud9 is years ahead of any LCS team right now, and I would say months, but still months ahead of the rest of the competition, especially when the regular split is only 2 months long. Is such a gap in skill and game knowledge right now for Cloud9 over EG. What we thought was going to be a close matchup, Cloud9 just threw out the window and netted a 13k gold lead. That is scary. We are 25 minutes, 13k gold. That is, once again, almost double the record they set in week 1.
And if you're any other team in the league watching this, you have to be so scared to face C9 at this point, because they just look so dominant. and they're not wishy-washy like some other teams here. They always dominate in their games, and they're always ahead early. So, as we can see, the bot lane and the mid lane inhibitor turrets are going to go down. Blabber's going to run in. He's got Vulcan on his back helping him out. That's the mid inhibitor dead. And it looks like C9 is just going to run down Evil Geniuses. At this point, Licorice is going to kill Bang, and they're going to try to kill these Nexus turrets. And this is just looking like all she wrote for Evil Geniuses. That's a dead Svenskeren. That's a dead Kumo. That's a double kill for Blabber. And that is a victory for Cloud9 in this game. GG to Evil Geniuses. Sorry, you tried, and we commend you for doing that.
Oh my goodness. Cloud9 coming out with a strong showing. Was hoping Sven was going to do a little bit better than 0-6 because he only got me 12 points. But still, just utter perfection out of Cloud9. And you just have to think that no one can challenge this team anymore. Like, you know, we were coming into this week saying that, like, ooh, TL, EG looking good. EG even having the better early stats than Cloud9 last week. And Cloud9 heard that, and they're thinking, well, I guess we have to show them that we're going to turn our monitors on this game and destroy them.
Absolutely.
And if I'm TL, I'm looking at that game, you know, I'm not even feeling confident that I'm 3-0 anymore. That momentum for every other team, I feel like just halted after the statement Cloud9 just made.
Putting on an absolute clinic for the side of Evil Geniuses. And I feel bad for them because they've got to go up against TL tomorrow as well. This is definitely the hardest week that they're going to have. And it's very possible that they go 0-2 in week 2. But that's going to be us. That's going to be it for us in this game. Thank you so much for watching. We had a blast casting this game. And we'll see you guys in the next